They look harmless, tiny faces framed in fur, eyes wide and bright, paws soft as falling snow. They purr and you feel love. But behind that sound is a heart engineered for the hunt. Behind that stare, a design perfected by evolution to stalk, kill, and never feel remorse. If humans acted like cats, we'd call them monsters. When cats do it, we call it cute. They kill for pleasure, toy with their victims, and still get worshipped. This is not cruelty, it's a perfection. The cat is not broken, it's complete. Nature's most elegant predator, a creature sculpted by millions of years into something terrifyingly efficient, beautifully cold, and impossible to hate. Every movement of a cat is the result of evolutionary refinement. The way they walk, silent, calculated, each step rolling from the ball of the paw to the heel, erases sound. Their whiskers sense air shifts invisible to us. Their eyes, enormous for their skulls, gather light 6 times better than human eyes. Their slit pupils adjust faster than almost any other mammal, allowing them to hunt in moonlight where others would see only shadow. They are night-given form. A cat's claws retract not for hygiene but for stealth. Their fur muffles motion. Their muscles coil like loaded springs. And when the moment comes, the strike is instant, a perfect equation of power, timing, and precision. No hesitation. No mercy, only the purpose written into their DNA. Even domestication didn't dull it. Feed a cat a full bowl of food and it will still hunt. Not from hunger, but from programming. In the feline brain, dopamine, the chemical of reward, spikes not when they eat, but when they chase and kill. The act itself, the control, the dominance over life and death, is what fuels them. Scientists call this predatory play, but that's a soft name for what it really is: practice. The refining of a skill that once meant survival and now means satisfaction. They catch, they release, they catch again. To us, it looks cruel. To them, it's instinct rehearsing its own perfection. 10 million years ago, their ancestors split from other carnivores. While wolves evolved teamwork and emotion, cats evolved solitude and silence. They became the ultimate individualists: no pack, no loyalty, no compromise, just a body tuned to one goal. Their brains are smaller than a dog's, but more specialized. The part that governs coordination and sensory processing is proportionally enormous. Their neurons fire with ruthless efficiency. They don't plan in words or emotion. They react with clarity and speed. It's what makes them seem detached. It's what makes them survive. When a cat watches something move, the world narrows, the noise fades, the muscles freeze. For that instant, the cat and its prey exist in a single equation of motion. You can see it in the eyes. Pupils contracting, whiskers forward, tail tip flicking once, twice, then stillness. Then an explosion. Every household cat carries that same circuitry, the same blueprint as a lion or leopard. The same stillness before the strike, the same neural firestorm that rewards the kill. The difference is scale, not spirit. We mistake their silence for serenity, but stillness for cats is not peace. It's a focus. It's the calm between moments of violence. Their purrs, that soothing vibration we think of as affection, are more complex than comfort. Cats purr when happy, but also when dying, when in pain, when afraid. The frequency of their purr even promotes healing. Science shows it stimulates bone growth and tissue repair. Evolution turned their comfort signal into self-repair. Every detail, every sound, every motion has purpose. There is no wasted noise in a cat, no wasted emotion. Human morality struggles to fit them into our world. We call them cold, detached, selfish. But that's only because they remind us of nature's truth. Life survives by precision, not compassion. Cats are mirrors held up to our illusions about goodness. We admire them because they embody something we repress: the purity of instinct, the absence of apology. They don't pretend to be kind. They simply are. Every action makes sense in the language of survival. A cat will kill, rest, stretch, and purr on the same heartbeat. Not out of contradiction, but because that's what it means to exist without guilt. And yet, we love them. We invite these miniature predators into our homes, feed them, photograph them, and worship them. Thousands of years ago in Egypt, they were literal gods, symbols of grace, guardians of the underworld. To harm one was a crime against the divine. And even now, millennia later, we still kneel to their mystery. Our modern temples are digital, billions of cat videos viewed by humans who can't look away. We laugh, we share, we adore, and they remain indifferent. The worship continues, but the gods never care. Because cats never asked to be loved, they never needed it. They took what they wanted: warmth, food, safety. They moved in beside us not as pets, but as partners of convenience. They controlled pests, we provided shelter. It was a contract written in silence. And somehow that silence became affection. Their independence became charisma. Their coldness became a charm. Humanity fell in love with an animal that never promised to love us back. The paradox is irresistible. We're drawn to what we can't control. Cats give affection on their terms. They ignore commands, reject obedience, and make us earn their attention. And maybe that's why we're obsessed. Their love feels real because it's rare. When a cat chooses to rest on you, it feels like being chosen by nature itself. That's the genius of their evolution. Even their indifference enslaves us. They are evolution's masterpiece of manipulation. They meow in frequencies similar to a human baby's cry. Science confirms this. The sound triggers an instinctive caregiving response in our brains. When they rub against us, they're marking territory with scent glands, claiming ownership. When they blink slowly, it's not just affection, it's a signal of trust, a social code between predators. Everything they do has layers, precision, purpose. No accident, no wasted gestures. A system of control wrapped in fur and charm. And we adore it. We film it. We share it. We feed it. We call it cute. But if another creature, one with human intelligence, behaved the same way, we would call it psychopathic. A being that manipulates emotion for control, that kills without remorse, that uses affection as currency, that feels no guilt, only instinct, we'd call it dangerous, we'd call it evil. But the cat is neither. It's something far more unsettling. It's pure. Evolution stripped away everything unnecessary, everything human, and left behind an organism that functions perfectly. No doubt, no morality, no hesitation, just presence. That's why we fear and love them at once. They remind us of what it would be like to exist without conflict, to live fully within instinct, to act without question, without guilt, without the burden of conscience. And maybe that's the secret truth. Cats aren't broken versions of morality. They're glimpses of what nature looks like before we covered it in words like love, loyalty, and kindness. In them, we see the truth of life stripped bare. Silent, precise, and beautifully ruthless. We think we own them, but perhaps they own us because deep down we wish we could be more like them. Calm, unapologetic, unafraid of what we are. And if that thought made you look at your cat a little differently, you're already one of us. Stay curious, stay fascinated by the creatures that watch us from the shadows, and subscribe to Furry Facts. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers so we can keep exploring the wild beauty that lives right beside us, and sometimes on our laps.